This project is one the city says has never been attempted before, and it goes far beyond police making arrests to fix the neighborhoods. Good evening, everyone. I'm John Stair.
And I'm Andrea Moorhead. This is Eyewitness News at 5 o'clock. Well, the idea is to tackle all of the issues facing these neighborhoods. We have team coverage tonight at 5 o'clock. Eyewitness News reporter Jeremy Brilliant takes a look now into what this means for the people living in the neighborhoods and how they feel about this new focus. But first tonight, Eyewitness News reporter Sandra Chapman explains what the mayor is now proposing. Sandra?
Well, Andrea, we are learning more about plans to focus on this 8 square mile area in this city with a disproportionate amount of crime taking up public safety resources like police, EMS, and code enforcement. Now, tonight, the mayor and the public safety director say it's time to take back these neighborhoods, but it's not just about community policing. It's about targeting some of these quality of life issues. Now, for the first time, police, EMS, code enforcement, and other city services will work hand in hand with community organizations to identify problems in these 6 areas: 16th and Tibbs, 29th and MLK, 34th and Illinois, 38th and Sherman, 42nd and Post, and New York and Sherman streets. An estimated 42,000 people live in these areas, yet more than 11% of IMPD's runs are tied up here. The city's top public safety officials now trying to find new ways to prevent violent and property crimes by addressing issues like mental health, drug abuse, and poverty. The idea is to develop community conversations about what's needed in these neighborhoods and to try to target those resources to help solve underlying issues.
This is truly something new. When we looked at the data and we saw what's happening and we see what's happening in the jail, and you marry those things up, you realize we haven't been addressing this in the holistic way that we should have been for decades.
We need your help right now. This can't be a one-time deal. We have a meeting and there's no aftercare component after this is done. After this is over, we hit the ground running as a team.
Now, the city has already put in as much as $18 million in new technology. Most of this, the CAD dispatch system that will help put information into the hands of police officers more quickly. They are also trying to develop teams to help bring in some of these community groups to help them identify some of the problems. And again, mental health, a very big issue here. We heard from the sheriff's office today that of the 22,000 inmates they serve every day or that they take care of, more than 30% of them are considered to have mental health issues. And we'll have much more coming up on Eyewitness News at 6 o'clock. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Sandra, we'll see you then. Thank you.
And the focus now turns to the people in those neighborhoods, what they need and what will make them safer.
Eyewitness News reporter Jeremy Brilliant went into one of those areas today to ask the folks who are living there, what do they think? Jeremy?
Andrea, John, crime is a constant concern here near the intersection of 16th and Tibbs. People complain of home break-ins, of car break-ins. Some of these crimes are relatively minor. Others, the consequences are life-altering. There's a steady stream of business at Corey's Tire Shop on West 16th Street.
We see a lot of things that go on out here.
Owner Carrie Sesa says crime is a constant issue. She sees suspicious activity on a daily basis. Mostly, she thinks, drug-related.
Sometimes I feel we're at risk, sometimes I feel we're okay.
Her business is right next door to her house, so her days at work and nights raising a family are spent in one of Indianapolis's most dangerous neighborhoods.
Sometimes, it does make us feel, not as safe, with having the kids and stuff. It makes me worry.
Worry because violent crime has happened practically outside her front door.
And I just heard a loud bang.
It was in the early morning hours of April 1st. 14-year-old Andrew Katzman, Carrie's son, was sound asleep. That bang was gunfire. Nathan Trapazzano, who had gone for a morning walk, was robbed and murdered just feet from Andrew's home.
It just makes me worry and think about maybe what if that was right here at our house.
So the new crime initiative gives Andrew hope for a future where his family can live in peace.
I want the best for my mom when I move off, and I really want her to be safe because I care about her a lot, and I want my family to be all right. My little brother, he's only 7, and I want him to grow up happy without worrying of danger.
For police presence in the area, more visible police presence in this area. And people acknowledge that it may not solve the crime problems in this neighborhood and other neighborhoods, but it may cut down on some criminal activity and also will give the people who live here a sense of security. John?
All right, thank you. Jeremy Brilliant reporting tonight from 16th and Tibbs. Andrea?
Well, I met with the director of public safety 2 days ago, and Troy Riggs tells me this is not a program, but really a philosophy. It's a new approach to the prevention, the protection, and the punishment of crime in our city. He also says if we address the socioeconomic issues, the trickle-down effect will improve the quality of life, which then can help reduce crime in our city.
And vacant housing in all these areas runs somewhere between 24% and 35%. We've got to deal with those vacant homes. How do we deal with that? How many people do we have, like City Mosaic? That's a group of churches, a couple business people that want to specifically look at renovating vacant houses, using it as a community center for people to get help, maybe having a community garden outside, or just redoing a building so people can live there and thrive and they don't have to worry about a roof over their head.
And coming up next tonight at 5:30, more of my exclusive one-on-one interview with Riggs about what we do with the data, as well as the new call to action for everyone in our community. In other news tonight, 2 people are now in the hospital from gunshot wounds after an argument at a Southeast Side store. Now, this happened at the T&T Variety store on East Minnesota, right near Bethel Street. Metro Police say they still aren't sure exactly what sparked that gunfire or who pulled the trigger. But investigators say the 2 people hit had been arguing with the business owner. One of the victims is now in critical condition.
And we have been asking you to join us and the police in taking a stand against crime by taking the Blue Pledge.
That's right. It's a way for all of us to make our city safer. So when you take the pledge, you're really promising to call 911 if you see any criminal activity. Now, you can find this pledge on our website online at WTHR.com.